Welcome to another episode of Getting to Know Jersey Sound Chorus, and I'm here today with two longtime members, Georgette Gray and Pat Fusco. Pat is a lead section leader, and she also works with our new and prospective members. And Georgette, until recently, was our tenor section leader and chair of the music team, and still helps out with recordings and things in the tenor section. So it's good to see you girls today.
Good to see you,
Good to see
Maggie.
you too.
Let's start with you, Georgette. Tell me how long you've been a member of Jersey Sound and how did you come to join?
Can I
Okay.
start?
Well,
Or,
I was going to say, let Pat start.
oh,
Yes.
we'll let
She
Pat
started
start.
Yes.
first. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. About 40 years ago, first of all, I want you to know that Georgette and I are both boaters for many, many years. And about 40 years ago, one of the girls in our marina invited me and Joe to dinner around Christmas time. After dinner, sat down at the piano to play carols, and I sat down and sang with her. And she said, "Oh, you should come to my Sweet Adeline chorus. Medford Lakes is having an open guest house on in January." So I went, and thank goodness I passed the audition, and I've been a member for 40 years.
Oh my gosh.
And then what happened, Georgette?
Well, then what happened is I moved into the marina and met Pat, and she was so gracious and kind to me. I loved that. And she said to me, you would really love being in our chorus. And I said, oh, no, I don't have time for that. I have two young children to take care of, and I just don't have time for that. And she said, well, it's only once a week. Wait for the laugh.
Biggest Sweet Adelines in joke.
I know. So I said, no. And then she said to me, our chorus recently won our regional contest, and we're going to international in Atlanta. And I said, oh, that's nice. And she said, yeah. She said, I'm really looking forward to it. So they went. And when she came back, I said, oh, how was your trip to Atlanta? And she said, oh, we came in 4th place. And I said, oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I was disappointed too, not knowing any better.
Little did I know I would kill for a 4th place international medal
I
right now.
know.
But anyway, so she seemed to be having a good time. So she said to me one time, we have a membership night coming up, and everybody's supposed to bring somebody. Would you come with me? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll come. So it was Medford Lakes chorus at that time. So I went to the chorus, and there were a lot of us prospective new members that night. I think there was about 20. I think
Oh,
Alice
wow.
was one. I think Alice was one, and Chris Rainey, for those of you that go way back. And there were a lot of others there whose names escape me right now. But when they started singing and dancing, I thought I would fall off my chair. I could not believe it. I said, I got to be a part of this chorus. So I auditioned and became a part of it right away. So I was happy, very happy.
That is amazing. How long had you been a member, Pat, when Georgette came in?
I don't remember. I guess about a year and a half, something like that. But like I said, to me, it seems strange the fact that we are voters is how we found out about Sweet Adelines.
That's so funny.
I thought so. But yeah, about a year and a half or maybe 2 when Georgette came in. Yeah.
So that international competition was your first.
My first.
Was that
Amazing.
regional competition? Did you go to the regional competition that got you to
No.
international? Okay, so when you
No,
came in, they were
because
getting
that
ready
was
for
in
it.
April and I came in the following January
Okay. So your first contest experience was international.
on the international stage.
That's incredible.
And I missed it by about 6 months. I
Oh,
was so
Yeah.
well, there's
But,
still time, right?
yeah, right. We still have to get there.
My
So,
first night,
go ahead.
I was just going to say my first night when I first came, Natalie Mitchell was the membership coordinator, and she was so helpful and kind to me, which was really very nice, which helped me to go along to become a member. And also a person came up to me and said hello, and she said, "Is your husband Joe Fusco?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, I went to school with him." And it was Leah Whalen. She went to school with my husband.
Oh my gosh.
High school. That was my very first night there. Yeah.
That's such a small world. And now you and Natalie are very good friends.
Yes.
Yeah, Natalie was a membership coordinator when I joined too.
When you
and
came to, yeah.
when she was so warm and so welcoming, because it was such a scary thing. At that time, the Medford Lakes Chorus, which is what we were called back then,
Yeah.
had about 105 members.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was a huge chorus, and everybody was very warm and everything, but it was just overwhelming with
Intimidating.
so many people and so much you had to learn. And oh my gosh, I was shaking like in my boots. And Natalie just made it seem like, oh, don't worry,
Right.
you'll get it, and we all go through this. And she was just great. I think it was partly because of her that I joined.
Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome. She is my big sister.
Oh,
For
okay.
those of you not familiar, when you come into the chorus, you're assigned a big sister who can kind of help you navigate through everything. And she is my big sister
Okay.
and is still on the membership team today, right?
Right.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Yes, she
over
is.
50 years
yes,
later. Awesome.
and doing a great job.
So let's go to now. What do you like to do in real life? Not that outside of chorus.
Well, I guess we've been boaters for over 50 years, but we recently sold our boat, so we're no longer boaters, but that was one of our favorite things. And just spending time with my family and my grandchildren. I have 7 grandchildren, and just being with them is something I enjoy doing very much.
That's awesome.
And for me also, we sold our big boat. We now have a little boat that we run around and go fishing on and do that. And we love to go to the beach, so we go to the beach every
Yeah.
summer. And I like to read. I love to social distance. Lately, I've been just sitting home doing a whole lot of nothing. But I do like to keep busy and see what like to be active as much as I can.
Yeah, I
I
feel like
love to read too, Georgette. I love to read, yeah.
I'm a big reader, although I don't do as much of it as I would like. When I used to go to work every day and take the train,
Yeah.
I was always reading on the train. And now that I'm not commuting, I tend not to pull out a book. So I need
Yeah,
to schedule time and get back to that for sure.
Yeah.
no.
Um, so Georgette, tell me something about yourself that most other Jersey Sound members might not know.
Oh God, I'm such an open book. They probably know everything. They may not know that when I did join the chorus, I joined as a lead. And
Oh,
yeah, so I sang lead for a number of years. I really liked being a lead until this wonderful tenor stood behind me. And I think it might have been Shirley Eckert.
Shirley Eckert.
And we learned the song Edelweiss. And it's
Oh,
beautiful in tenor. And when I heard her sing Edelweiss in tenor, I said, oh, I have to try tenor. And our director at that time was Betty Albrecht. So I went to Betty and asked her
Yeah.
if I could switch over. And she said, well, make me a tape and we'll listen to it and we'll see. So they did allow me to switch over to tenor. And I've been a tenor ever since for a long, long time.
had you sung in choirs before that?
I did not. I was an instrumentalist. I played the piano and I played the organ. So I always did instrumental music, but I didn't sing all that much, although my mother and father were both singers. I sang just, for my own enjoyment, but I didn't belong to any particular group.
That's
But I really
amazing.
enjoyed Sweet Adelines when I joined. I learned fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Pat? Anything we need to know about you that we hadn't heard before?
Well, like Georgette, I really did not sing much. I also was an instrumentalist. I played the piano, and in high school, I played the clarinet in the orchestra. Um, After high school, right after high school, which is very surprising, I was a teacher for 2 years in a Catholic school because at that time they needed teachers desperately. And I had 70 people, 70 children in my class.
In one class. Oh my
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Lord.
And one of those children turned out to be Helen Koga, which I think a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
She came to rehearsal one night and we got talking, found out we were both from Philly. And she said she was a teacher. And I said, oh, I used to be a teacher. And she said, where did you teach? And when I told her, she said, oh, Miss Patricia. That's what they called me. And I am so very, very proud of my student. She does so many wonderful things for the chorus. It makes me very, very happy. That's probably all
Well.
about me that they don't know.
So thinking about just in general music that you like, who's your favorite singer? Do Do you have an
Georgette, you
all-time
go
favorite
first.
singer?
I have so many. I really,
Yeah.
I enjoy the one I'm listening to at the moment. You know how that is.
Right.
But I think my all-time is probably Barbara Streisand.
Oh, yeah.
I always enjoy her singing. Her control and her purity of sound is it just amazes me. But
Yeah, I'm a big fan of her.
of course, I saw Bette Midler up in New York at a play recently, and as old as she is, she's just about my age, I think.
That
She did
old?
she did yeah, that old. She sang and danced. She put me to shame.
Did
Yeah.
she?
But she was amazing, and I thought she was just awesome. So
She puts on a good show.
yes, she does. She's a
I've never
great
seen her.
entertainer. She's
I've never
fab.
seen her in person.
How about you, Pat?
Well, I agree with you. Barbara Streisand is one, but also Johnny Mathis just happens to be one of my favorites, and Barry Manilow. And by the way, the song that I sang for my audition, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was a Barry Manilow song.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
Yeah, I'll have to try to figure out what it was. But Barry
how about
Manilow,
that?
Johnny Mathis, Barbara Streisand. It's hard for me to say one, but all three
Yeah.
of those. Yeah.
I think the best thing about all of those is that they have songs that you can sing, singable songs.
Right.
Yes.
I know I always like an artist that I love, like, I do like classical music or those kinds of things, but songs that you can sing along with and you can remember, even many years later, you remember all the words and all the
Yeah.
Right.
inflections and all the,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you can understand the words, which is really,
Right.
which is not always
which is
true.
not true. Yeah, that's very
What you hear
true.
today.
I know.
That is absolutely true.
Although I do find today we have a lot of really good singers. My granddaughter's always coming to me and say, "Listen to this singer, Mom," and she'll play me a popular, young singer, and I'm amazed at how good they are. I think that for a long time there, we went through a dry spell where we didn't have really good singers, but right now we have a lot of good singers that know how to sing. And I'm very
That's
pleased
good.
at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's just more avenues out there. People can put themselves out on YouTube or, but also I know that we're big Disney fans. We go to Disney World every year. Um, and to me, when you go to like the Disney parks and you see the shows
Yeah.
and the parades, the talent, it's the level
It's
of talent
amazing, isn't it? I
and
know.
people who just are never going to be big names or never going to be, but they can make their living in some way through singing and are just amazingly talented.
Right.
Yes.
Just the
Yeah.
level of talent out there does amaze me too.
It's great. And I love the fact that a lot of them are singing a cappella. How nice is that?
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to say my youngest grandson, Jack, is now in New York at a school in New York, the performing arts. And he is a singer. He's probably one of the only ones of the grandkids that went into that. He just graduated from Holy Cross High School last year, and he was voted Mr. Holy Cross after he sang one of Frank Sinatra's songs, which I sent out to a lot of you. You may have seen.
I saw that
Yes,
video and he was fabulous.
he
Yeah.
was.
He was
He
Yeah,
so
so
was.
good.
very proud of him.
Chip off the old block, Pat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So can you share your favorite Jersey Sound memory from all your years in the chorus, Georgette?
I have a lot of them. I tried to
Right.
think of what might be my favorite. I know I loved winning the Sweet Adeline of the Year award,
Right.
and
Yeah.
Pat won it right after I did.
Yeah.
So we share that in common. I loved quartetting. I sang with several
Mhm.
quartets, and I thought that was really one of the highlights of my Sweet Adeline career. I love rooming with my friends, winning medals, singing
Yes.
Valentines, quartet skits. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can have a great time in Sweet Adelines, and going to competition every year was a high for me. I just love that, and I live for that. And every year when it came around, I would get so excited, and that was a real high for me also.
I agree with Georgette. I'm pretty much on for everything, going to competition, getting medals, quartetting. I've been in a couple different quartets, and a couple times I did double comedy quartets at
Oh, at the regional
yeah.
events. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun too. And of course getting Sweet Adeline of the Year. So it's hard to narrow it down to one thing.
Yeah.
Everything in Sweet Adelines has been a joy for me.
I just came across a bag full of photos that somebody gave me. Somebody brought to chorus, and they said, "Did anybody want them?" And I took them, and they're just, it is just a bag full of photos from many years of the chorus, and some of the outlandish costumes. I mean, when we are able to get back together, I'd love to bring them and sit down with people and say, "What was this skit?" or "What
Yeah,
was
that would
this
be fun. Yeah,
event?" Because some of the costumes were just really, and the pictures just say fun, just
Yeah.
right.
just
Yes.
fun. What a great
The
time must have been had.
the girls are so creative. The things that they come up with and the things that we did, we just had a
Yeah.
ball. Just had
Yeah.
years and years of fun. Thank you, Pat, for bringing me in. I
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for coming. I'm so proud that you're with us, and you've done so many wonderful things too. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy.
Proud
And
of
the
you
funny thing
also.
is, voting got us here, Georgette.
I know. We met through voting. It's so funny.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let me just, before we close, let me just do a quick lightning round. I'm just going to throw some things at you, and you tell me either or, okay?
Okay.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Oh, okay. So you're opposites on that.
Yeah.
Jimmy's or sprinkles?
Sprinkles.
Jimmy's.
So do you, I mean, here it's like a bone of contention. Are they, whether they are called Jimmy's or whether they are called sprinkles?
Yeah.
You just use them interchangeably.
Yeah, I
No,
think so.
to me, they're totally different.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that the colored ones are sprinkles and the
Yes.
chocolate ones are Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I go
And
for the
they're
Jimmy's.
shaped differently too.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, one last one. This is apropos right now. Toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
Over. Over that way, not under.
So you're agreed on the toilet paper. I'm kind
What
of
about you? You feel the same, Georgette?
Absolutely over.
Okay.
Over.
Yes.
I'm one of those
Now,
that I put it on different ways each time, so which is kind of annoying in the middle of the night when I can't remember, which I did the last time.
Maggie, it's been a real treat being interviewed by you. You're such a good
Yeah.
Yes.
interviewer. Thank you very much.
Thanks
Yes,
for sitting
Maggie.
down with me. I really appreciate it. And gosh, I can't wait to see you girls in person.
I
Yes.
know.
But it's been
I
great
feel
to
the
be able
same.
to connect this way while we're.
Maybe I can get my hair cut and colored.
I canceled my last hair appointment right before everything shut down, and I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I will
I know.
never, ever, ever postpone my hair appointment
My
again.
husband volunteered to cut my hair, but I don't know that I'm not desperate yet.
All right. Thanks so much, girls. We'll see
Thank,
you. See you tomorrow.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Maggie.
Virtual
Thank you.
Bye
Doing a
now.
wonderful job. Love
Bye-bye.
to everybody.
Bye
Thank you.
now.